What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today, we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with another big sales milestone for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in Japan. To date, the game has actually moved more units than Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. So let's go ahead and break down the numbers here. In Japan, lifetime to date, Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS has sold 2,558,302 units since launch. Now, if you compare that to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the latest sales numbers, the game has sold 2,628,087 units so far in about 5 weeks, and it's still cooking. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the top selling game in Japan pretty much every single week, and last week I think it sold another like 200,000 plus, not including digital, according to the Media Create. So that is very, very good, guys. The game is probably going to be over 3 million units, and if you look at it combined with the rest of the world, this game is obviously going to be the best-selling Smash Bros. Game in the series. We don't have any full sales numbers yet because, like I talked about before in a previous video, this game is selling at such a fast rate, it doesn't make sense for Nintendo to announce the game is sold however many units worldwide. All we're getting is bits and pieces here and there because it's just selling so much. You might as well just wait till you have a more, I guess, comprehensive number that you can announce than announce it sold 10 million units or announce it sold 11 million, because it's really selling that fast. But it just goes to show you how cohesive the Switch is and how much more people feel that the Switch, in terms of playing games and the trends for Nintendo fans out there, being able to play games like a 3DS anywhere that you want, being able to play games on a home console like a Super Nintendo or like a Wii U or like a GameCube, having that type of combination is so much better for gamers out there, so much better for users out there. And if you look at the 3DS, this is really interesting because the Nintendo 3DS is like the most popular system in Japan. It's sold the most since like what, the PS2 or something like that. Yeah, it's like at 20 something million. The Wii never reached that, the PS3 never reached that, the PS2 never reached that. The 3DS actually outsold the PS2 in Japan. So there aren't that many more systems that are more popular in Japan than the 3DS, including Nintendo's own systems, including other systems out there from different companies. And the fact that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was able to outsell it, the 3DS version, which 3DS did so good in Japan, just goes to show you that the Nintendo Switch was the right call, was the right move for Nintendo, and it's selling quite a bit. Now, you also have to factor in, of course, there's Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which is essentially the same game in Japan. I mean, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, those are the same games. They have a couple different modes that you could pick between them, but mechanically, gameplay wise, if you know how to play the game on the 3DS, you know how to play the game on the Wii U and vice versa. So you can add that in, but I'm not sure how well that game did, because I think when it launched, it only launched with 200,000 units plus in its first week, and then it did sell better. I think it definitely sold at least about 1 million or so in Japan, but it's not too much more, so I'm guessing it's going to pass up the whole combined sales numbers very easily for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. It's gonna pass that up by the next few months, in my opinion, and maybe even sooner than that. So I'm really happy for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The community is vibrant, the game is doing so well, and it's funny because people talk about the game and the online play and everything like that, and I've actually been playing against a few Japanese players, even though it's regional, and every time that I run across a Japanese player, there's really smooth online. The online experience is great. So to me, that tells me that the netcode is pretty good, and there's just some people with some garbage internet out there. But yeah, I've been having fun. Japanese gamers out there are picking it up. So what do you guys think about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate outselling Super Smash Bros. For 3DS in Japan? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we've got some more data mining rumors out here, and this time, this data mine shows what Super Nintendo games are going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online. And this is a rumor, so you can take it that way. That's how we're always going to brand these data mining. But the data mines already found out that there's going to be Super Nintendo games on here, or at least the controllers, right? And they found that out, the NES controllers, you guys remember those? They found that out before Nintendo officially announced those as well. So I'm just going to sit back and say, yeah, this is probably going to happen, but that's just my own opinion. But I do want to get into the information first. According to this data mine out there, here are the games that are listed: Super Mario Kart, Super Soccer, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Demon's Crest, Yoshi's Island, Stunt Race FX, Kirby's Dream Course, Poppin' Twinbee, Kirby Superstar, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Pilot Wings, and F-Zero. So far, why this is significant is because we've only gotten NES games, and people are upset and complaining, and rightfully so. They can do whatever they want on that, but I always knew that they're going to add more stuff to this. That's the one thing that I've said, they're probably going to add more. I'm not sure what's taking them so long with it, but they're going to continue to add more games to it. They're going to continue to add stuff, so I'm going to be fine with that. As long as they continue to add things, continue to add NES games, and the price stays dirt cheap, which is 20 bucks, then I'll be fine with that. In terms of other things with the Nintendo Switch Online, I'm not talking like features and all that. Obviously, Nintendo needs to add that, and the price shouldn't change at all, but just getting based on like what games that we're getting, they're just classic games that I've already purchased a million times beforehand, or I got on like my NES Classic or my Super Nintendo Classic, or I've already purchased on like my Wii or my Wii U, or whatever the case is. Nintendo's been doing virtual console or classic games for a long time in various different formats. So to me, I'd rather have that just being added in every single month, and it looks like they're going to be adding in some Super Nintendo games. However, I would like for them to add in more games. I guess maybe 3 to 4 games a month would be great, instead of just like the 2 or 3, maybe even 5 games a month would be good for those who like the classic games. But I'll be completely honest with you guys, when it comes to stuff like this, I don't even really play it that much. Like when it comes to like the NES Classic or the Super Nintendo Classic, or even the classic games that are already on there, I don't even play them that much. And if these games were to come on the Nintendo Switch Online, it's not like I'm gonna play those games a lot either, because I have a Super Nintendo Classic and I haven't even played a lot of the games on there because I've already played them when I was a kid, and I've already rebought them and played them again and played them over and over and over again. So to me, I guess it's one of those things to where I'm not gonna play it much, but I know other people love classic games because people continue to clamor for them. So it's cool if these games do come, because it's a rumor, but I'm guessing that they will. It's cool that Nintendo's going to be adding in Super Nintendo, but we could be getting a controller as well, because I made a video and many other people made a video how there was a data mine about the controllers like I talked about, and we ended up getting the NES controller. So we might end up getting some special edition Super Nintendo controllers as well. So we'll have to wait on that. So what do you guys think about this data mine and this rumor here with Super Nintendo games coming to the Nintendo Switch? Maybe they announced this at some type of Nintendo Direct this month. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here. Virtuos are the developers behind the Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD Remaster and Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age on the Nintendo Switch. So Virtuos, not too long ago, did say we've got some high-profile games that we're working on, and I figured that these would be the games that they're working on, considering they've worked with other Japanese developers before, for example, From Software, with Dark Souls Remastered on the Nintendo Switch. So to see them announce that, yeah, they are working on these ones, or for the information to come out, it does make sense on this one. And Virtuos, they also did LA Noire on the Nintendo Switch, plus they also did Starlink Battle for Atlas on the Nintendo Switch as well. So they have some pretty good experience. They've done some solid ports on the system, so it's good to see that they're on this one as well. Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, and Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD Remaster both got announced recently with release dates. I think it's with the 16th and the 30th or something like that. Zodiac Age on the 30th. X/10-2 HD Remaster mid-April on that one. So very good to hear that these games are finally getting dated, and we know the developers, and we can just kind of look forward to the release now. April is going to be a big month for the Nintendo Switch, especially with these games coming out, in addition to Dragon's Dogma as well. So a lot of RPG action, plenty of adventures to go on in April, a lot of different games, and I'm really excited about Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. I've talked about it before, but I'll be having plenty of videos and content on both of these games, X/10-2 HD Remaster, in addition to 12, the Zodiac Age. I actually have both of those games on my PlayStation 4, but I was playing them, and then I found out that these games were coming to the Nintendo Switch, and these games totally feel like, to me, like watching the NBA playoffs, playoffs or watching the NFL, and you just kind of get some games in portably. They're not the type of games that I need to sit down in front of a TV or my monitor and play. I can relax on the couch and play these type of games. So for me, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to play them on the Nintendo Switch. I've only beat the original Final Fantasy XII, but I don't really remember too much of that game. I only beat it once, and I played it over such a long period of time, so it's going to be fun going back into the Zodiac age with all the new content and everything that they've added in, because I didn't get too far into it on PS4. But I do like the game a lot. I think both of these games are great. That's why I purchased them on my PlayStation 4, but it's even better that they're coming over to Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about Virtuos developing Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD Remaster and Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, in addition to everything else that we discussed? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.